Hello, everybody. Let's see. You all let me know if you can see and hear me well. Let me know. Hey, if you go to New Orleans, you ought to go see the Mardi Gras. Baby, they having a ball, baby. They having a ball going on. Super Bowl and Mardi Gras. New Orleans is lit. It's lit, baby. Hey, I'm biased. Hey, baby, I was just on your channel. Hey, let's see. Let me get to the top of the chat, y'all. But let me just say welcome to everyone that is here. For those that will join me here on the live, thank you for being here. For those that's in the bushes, what up? For those that will watch the replay, I appreciate you too. So for everyone I just mentioned, if you pick up something that I'm throwing down over here, if you pick it up, hit the thumbs up for me. Hit it one time. Hit it one time, okay? I hope you all been having a wonderful day. I've been having a beautiful day. Listen, now the day has been gloomy. It's just looked like it want to rain all day, but y'all know that ain't gonna stop me. That ain't gonna stop me. That just motivates me, right? I'm gonna do it because if God let me see it, it's mine. It's mine. Yes, baby. How are you? How are you, my love? Hey, Mama Linda and everyone in the chat. Hey, my baby. How are you? How are you? Are you feeling better? Forgiven, wonderful, everyone. You too, baby. You too. Let's see. Kiki, how you doing? That's sweets of heaven, y'all. She said, hey, Miss Linda and family. Jessica Walker. Hey, baby. Crafty Leo. Hey, honey. Sylvia, what's up, my sister? How are you? Mike, c'est bon. And y'all, this is Back to Our Roots Homestead Cup, and it says, put them in a pot. It says, put them in the pot. Yeah, baby, that's what I've been doing. I just had some of those greens a few minutes ago. C'est bon, family. All right. Y'all, I'm excited. I'm excited about tonight. Are y'all ready for a wonderful evening? Get ready. Get ready. Got on my same shirt, you know. There it is. No, we're not in the Super Bowl, but I bet you one thing. We in the dome. We in the dome, baby. Hey, Miss Kia Parks, how you doing? Hey, Pamela. Hey, honey, I'm biased. She said, hey, Queen in chat. I'm in the background working. Yeah, baby. Yeah, thank you for being here, sweetheart. I appreciate you. She said, yes, ma'am, we can see and hear you. Great. Homestead Farms. Hello, baby. Hello. Yes, we can see and hear. Good, good. Hey, Miss Keesley, how are you? And Miss Kia Parks, how are you? Jessica Walker. Oh, Miss Red. Hey, she said, good evening, Miss Linda and everyone in the chat. Okay, let's see. Oh, Mike speaking, everybody. Hey, Rose, how are you? She said, hello, Miss Linda and chat. Oh, thank you. Thank you, my love. Thank you. Oh, what should say? Cooking in. Okay. On the super chat goes, oh, thank you, baby. It's from the windy, stormy North California, right? Thank you, honey. Thank you. Hey, Maria, grandma, sister, how are you? Hey, my sister, Yankee sister. She said, happy Tuesday, my sister, New Orleans Gardener. Hey, everyone. Everyone. Yes. Oh, boy. Crystal, I just left you too. Hey, TNOG and everyone, you're looking beautiful. Thank you, baby. I'll be picking up what you're throwing down. Pooh! Flat out. I love it, baby. Thank you. Hey, TLC, how you doing, baby? She said, hey, Miss Linda in chat. Backyard Garden Flow. Hello, Miss Linda and everyone in the chat. Happy Tuesday. Yeah. Awesome. Althea, good evening, Miss Linda and everyone in. Yeah, I got the, with that little thing it says you got the woosah. Because I'm just too excited. I got to bring it down. Bring it down, Linda. Bring it down. All right. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it when I feel like this. Those greens looked amazing. Mike, they were just delicious. Just delicious. You know, Ben had some too. He was excited. He was excited too. Oh, sister. Thank you, Yankee sister. I appreciate it. Thank you, my love. Thank you. Anne's Backyard Garden. Hey, baby. Yeah, yeah. Thank you all so very much. I appreciate it. I really do. So, let me get myself together. Let me get myself together here today. Save on, family. Wait, where? Okay, there it is. Let me do it like that. Save on. Deidre. Hey, Deidre Scott. How you doing, baby? Mm. All right. Tonight, I'm going to talk to you all about some things. How was your Meatless Monday? That's what I want to know. My Meatless Monday was great. Absolutely great. How was your Meatless Monday on yesterday? Now, I didn't eat any meat. Maybe one bowl. Maybe one bowl of my greens that have turkey wings in it. But I drank all my water, y'all. I drank all my water. I really did. Okay. How did you all do? Okay, so Precious say, my Meatless Monday went well. Great. Althea, my Meatless Monday was good. Beautiful. So let me know. We have been doing Meatless Monday maybe for about 2 years, 3 years now. So if you know how long we've been doing this, put it in the chat. Have you seen any changes in your body or in your hair, or have you seen any changes because of your eating habits, right? Let me know. Hey, Analytic. Hey, Rose say, I had a meatless breakfast. Beautiful, baby. Beautiful. Now, that's one thing I always have. I mean, whether it's Monday or Friday, I always have a meatless breakfast. I like to eat a lot of fruit for breakfast, fresh fruits. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yankee sister say, I got the catch. I got to catch the chicken bones yesterday. Oh, you got caught with a chicken bone yesterday, but you drink your water. Good, baby. Good, good. Jessica said, Meatless Monday was great. Beautiful, baby. Beautiful. Miss Red said, I failed. God darn it, I failed. But I did drink some water. Okay. All right, Miss Red. All right, Miss Red. We gonna do better next Monday. Both of us. Okay, baby? We gonna do better. We gonna do better. All right. Oh, Mike say, oh, wait a minute, Mike. It was 3 years? Wait. Oh, Mike say 3 years. Big difference in skin and weight. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Absolutely. James and Joan. Hey, Miss Linda and everyone else in the chat. Happy Tuesday evening. Happy Tuesday evening to you. All right. Althea say, my back does not hurt as bad and swelling is subsiding. Oh, baby, that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. Hey, Miss Robson. Hey, baby. Sylvia said, I'm not sure how long, but it is making a difference in my body, skin, hair. It's the water drinking daily. I think for me too, and one of the most things I see is my skin. That's the thing, the water, baby. It's doing that skin, baby. It's doing that skin. Yeah, yeah. Mr. S said, yes, ma'am. All right, my baby. All right. So let me just start this live like this. So if you all just looked at my numbers, all my subscribers, you all see that I have some new family members that's following us, right? And I want to thank them so much for coming over. A lot of them came from lead, right? And so I thank you all for being here. Many of them have sent me emails, and one thing they said is that they wanted to know more about me. So I'm just going to give a quick little background of me, right? And I did this maybe about a month ago, right? But it's one thing about when you go to a new channel, many people just don't go back into the videos, but it's all good. It's all good. What you said, Mike said, I have treat day and Saturday, or treat day on, wait a minute. You have a treat day on Saturday, no sugar Sunday, meatless Monday makes big, wow, it does. It does. Okay, so here we go. I am a mama. I'm a grandmama. I'm about to be a great grandmama. I'm 68 years old. I have two children, a son and a daughter, right in that order. I have, I sing gospel. I've traveled to Europe, in many cities in Europe. Um, I love gospel. I love God. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. All right, all right. I'm not going. I'm not going to go. But I love the Lord because, listen, I knew the name Jesus before I knew the name Linda. I come from a very huge family, and I was born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. I love sharing what I've learned throughout my life. Everything you hear, I talk about gardening, it came from one person, a grandmama who made me do it. I was very mad at the time, but today I thank her. I thank her with every part of me for making me grow food. Yeah, that's about it. So through my life, and I think this was on Nikki's chat. They talked about what they wanted to be when they grew up and what they end up doing. So I always knew I was going to sing gospel. My family just had bucked my head up real big that I knew I was going to sing. But something changed in me one day when I was 15 years old. I was 15 years old and I went in a traffic court with my father. This is the very first time I ever went into a court at all, but this was a traffic court. And when I went in this court, I seen something that was so strange to me as a kid. All of the people that worked for the courthouse was over here by the judge. And all the people, defendants, was over here. It was strange to me. Another thing was different about that is that all the people was over here by the judge, they were white. And I wonder why. But all the people on this side, they were black or brown. That stuck with me. It really did. When I was 33, I went back to college. I took Law 101, and I came out as a paralegal. I worked for some attorneys. But then I worked as a mini clerk in traffic court, and I did that for 20 years. And it's weird because I was the only Black person in that courtroom, but I was sitting on the judge side. That's one thing changed in my life when I was 15, right? But anyway, that's it. And that's what I did. All right, family, let me get down to the bottom and see what y'all saying. Ooh, Miss Red, or you talking to a whole new perspective. Congratulations to Janet Cruising. All right. All right. Oh, man. I wish. Okay. All right, y'all. That is great. Oh, you're talking to Sylvia. Sing Miss Lynn. Oh, look at Miss Rose. Hey, Jody, baby. Hey, my love. There go my baby girl. That's my only girl. Hey, Greg Jones. Hey, Greg Jones. How are you? Let me see. Okay. Soul Patrol. Hey, baby. How are you? You changed the narrative. I had to. It was just something inside of me that wouldn't let me rest because that was weird. And you know, as a kid, you just don't understand why, right? Yeah, yeah. Uh, yes, my love. Yes, Black's Law. You remember that story about Black's Law? For real, though. Yeah, yeah. Yes, it was. It was, baby. It was. Yes. He hurt. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did, sister. Yeah. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Nikki, OCD's chick. How you doing, baby? Hey, Peggy. God is good. God put you there. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yep. It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. You know, after I got into it, you know. Yeah. Hey, Odom. Odom's here. Hey, Odom. How you doing, man? I don't see you, but I see Sylvia saying hello. All right. So that's that, right? And of course, y'all know I traveled to Europe many times with my family singing gospel, right? And so that's that. So now I want to tell you all that we are going to have a guest tonight. Now, if you know who the guest is, don't tell. We all now, and I want y'all to have y'all pencil and paper so you all can ask y'all questions because I want you all to ask the questions you need to know, right? Because, and I'm gonna tell you, it's a man, right? So he, you know, he say on his videos he knows about this, you know, these plants, you know. So we gonna ask him some questions. You know, we ain't talking to Google. We ain't talking to Google. Right? We ain't talking to Google. All right, family. So let's see here. Wait 1 second. Um, who was I talking to about this? All right, let's see, family. Hey, Odom, I see. Hey, Veggie baby, how are you? How are you? Veggie, how is the moringa tree? How is it, baby? Mm. How is your moringa tree? Oh, okay. So while she's waiting, I had about 4 emails from our new beautiful family members here. And what I've seen, I don't know about you all, but I have seen so many new gardeners. Have you all seen any new gardeners that have come onto YouTube? And I'm telling you, one night I found about five. I was watching Gina, when it was Sunday. I was watching Gina, and Gina, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. And Gina was telling us about this new um, young lady that came into the gardening community, right? And you can tell she's new by the things that she's doing, right? You know, like dropping a bunch of tomato seeds in a very small pot, right? Oh, okay. They just say the moringa tree is not looking good. Oh, starting more seed. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I understand. I understand. Yeah, I guess so. Now, the best thing now is to try to get your seeds in the soil, real quick, so we can get time. But you just never know what's going to happen at the end of winter, during, of course, February, January, which is the coldest month for us here in nine, and you just don't know, right? Mike say, yes, I'm seeing lots of new people starting gardening. And listen, family, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So if you see new gardeners, chime in. Chime in. Wait a minute, Sylvia. What you say, baby? Sylvia say, Miss Linda, question about my bay laurel tree. Baby, girl. Okay, bay laurel tree. All the leaves have turned brown. Yes. After the snow, and the bark on the tree is cracking. Really? Is this happening to your tree? And I'm saying that because I just did a little video on my bay laurel tree. And no, the bark is not cracking, but of course the leaves are brown. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you right now, and I'm gonna put this video up. I'm gonna make it a short, but I'll put it in with. Wait a minute. I'm gonna put it with. That's my bay laurel, and yes, it have some brown leaf that the snow burned. Right, that's it right there. So you can see it and how the leaves are brown. Some of them are, and a lot of them are nice and green, but a lot of them is burned from the cold, right? But that's the way it looked. But it's okay. It's okay. So what I would say to you is to cut most of those bad leaves off. Cut it off, because bay leaf tree, those leaves are hard to talk about pulling them. You ain't gonna pull them off like that. So cut them. Just cut them off, right? And feed it, Sylvia, and let God do the rest. And I think it's gonna be fine. Okay, baby. And I did this short video on that tree because I wanted to do a video on the benefits of the bay leaf, period, just the leaves. And because we basically here in New Orleans only use the bay leaf tree is for cooking. But family, let me just tell you that the bay leaf tree is so much more. Those leaves have so much more benefits for us. And there's a couple ways that we can use that bay leaf that will give us, it's an anti-inflammatory. Well, wait a minute. Google it. Google it. Just say, what is the benefits of bay leaf leaves? Okay. And you are going to be surprised by what you find. Because here in New Orleans, listen, I will not cook a pot of red beans without a bay leaf. It ain't going down. If I can't find a bay leaf, I'm not cooking the beans. That's just me. So that's why I bought me a tree. I've been having that tree in the same container for over 6 years. And she's been living right there in that container for 6 years. Yeah. But that leaf is so beneficial to us. So what I've learned is we can take it, dry it, and make teas with it. That's the first thing we could do with it. But we also can take it, dry it, and make oils with it. And what we could do with those oils, it is good for our skin. We could use it in our hair. We could put it on our body. Now, I would only do this at night, right? Not that bay leaf is strong and it doesn't smell great, but I like pretty smells, right? So I would do this at night if you're using oils. Do it at night, right? And you're going to see a big difference, especially in your hair. Try it. Precious say yes. Many people, yes, they're starting their gardens. So as many of us, we always say, start your garden. Start your garden. I did a video. Let me see, can I pull it up? And how important it is. So sometimes, and I realize that some people cannot stand bugs or just to be out there. Some people have skin problems and they cannot be in the sun. Some people have allergies really bad and they just cannot. So they can contribute different ways. But if you can be in that garden, many people is trying. They are really, really trying. And they find it to be absolutely beautiful. Let me see, can I quickly find it? Oh, there it is. Let me see, can I turn it up so y'all can hear? Okay, here we go, y'all.
If you never experienced the joy of accomplishing something that you would never imagine, plant a garden. I dare you. If you never
So many videos like that, not just me, we are putting up videos encouraging people just to try it, just to try it. And if they don't have the seed, we'll send them the seeds, right? Adrian, hey, baby, please talk about the Baylor. I have a seedling. You do? Well, did you get it? Bay leaves are amazing, family. Seriously. Wait, c'est bon, family. C'est bon. Now, let me say this. Bay laurel is amazing. Especially, I say this, when I learn something new, especially when I learned something about something I've been having in my yard for years. I think about this scripture, and it says that God will pluck the scales from your eyes. That now I see. I was blind, but now I see. And when I mean I was blind, but now I see, not only I can see, but I understand. It's clear. It's clear to me the things that I have and the things that I've thrown away or I just didn't appreciate it, right? It's like this. It's like when we have fruit trees, but we didn't get fruit. Y'all hear me? Fruit trees, but you didn't get fruit. So if you have a fruit tree and it's full of leaves, but you didn't get fruit, you were bummed out. You was like, I wonder what I did wrong, right? Tell me, I'm going to the bottom of the chat. Whoever had fruit trees and you didn't get a fruit and you were bummed out? Let me know. Hey, lovely one, how are you? This is my first time seeing you here, baby. Thank you for being here. She said, hello. I'm going to garden this year for the first time myself. Well, beautiful, beautiful. And what I tell you to do, lovely, is please tell us what gardening zone do you live. I hope you know this, but if you do, please put it in the chat. What is your gardening zone? That's what I want to know. Okay. Hey, Ann, how you doing, baby? All right, let's get to the bottom of this chat and then we're gonna move on. She said, hey, y'all. I hope so. I have had that tree for 5 years. It's going to be okay. Just take off those bad leaves, Sylvia. It is going to be okay. And feed it. Feed it. Listen, baby, they've been under stress. They've been under stress and all of this snow and cold. They're not accustomed to it. So help them out. Help them out. Give us some strength. Hey, Wellness, how you doing, baby? How are you? All right. Hey, PIA. Hey, baby. PIA, did you get any mail from me? Please, did you get mail? All right. Nikki say Baylor is also good for your skin. Yes, my love. Yes, it is. Yours truly, Natasha. Hey, Natasha. How are you? Blessing, Miss Linden, everyone. Blessings to you too, baby. Lovely one. Okay, I'm planting some Baylor leaf. Okay, so listen now. A Baylor is a tree, right? It's a tree. So what I need you to do is go to a nursery or somewhere and ask them, do they have a Baylor tree? It's a tree. Okay, baby? Okay. So Crystal say Baylor is loaded with benefits. Yes, I make a decoration with Baylor. Okay, cool. Leaves, yes. Read the leaf. Yeah. Chill. That's why I bought this ceiling. Beautiful, baby. Beautiful. All right. Let's see. Hey, baby. She said, I definitely need to get a new bay leaf tree. The first one had died. I understand. And say I stayed on a weight journey. Oh, you're talking to Althea. Smelling like gumbo. I know, in the workplace. I know, huh? It's true. And that's why I only use that oil at night when I'm going to bed. Exactly. You don't want, you pass by people and they say, all right, who got gumbo? Exactly. All right. Baylor is good for headaches. See, that's another one. It's anti-inflammatory. It's anti-bacterial. It's got all kinds of good stuff in it, y'all. But that's when you drink it as a tea. It's amazing stuff. So I'm trying to get to the bottom. Yours truly, great seeing everyone. Yeah, baby. Sylvia say, I will take off the bad burned leaf. I did feed it. Good, baby. Good. Yes. All right. This little garden astonished me every day. It's amazing. Yeah, baby. Nikki say, yes, just try it. Yeah. Simone, man. Say boom. Yes, try gardening. We dare you. Say that, sister. We dare you. We dare you to try. We dare you to drop a seed. I do want to try to make some Baylor oil. Great, baby. And you can do it. You can do it. All right, baby. All right. We getting to the bottom. Okay, wait. I got a message here. So, y'all, listen. I don't know how many of you all know of the recall on broccoli. If you know about the recall on broccoli, There's a recall on broccoli, and they said this broccoli is not like, it's gonna give you it's listeria and it's gonna make you sick and all that. It says it kills you. It says it kills you. So y'all go to Google and say um, broccoli recall. Find out, okay? And they also have a list of all the states where they sold this broccoli. So y'all go check that out, okay? No fruit got leaves. Nope. A leaf is amazing. It is. It is. But I'm gonna tell you all about those leaves. It's a wonderful feeling to be able to see after being blind for so long. It is amazing. It really is, baby. I was sad when I did not get any figs. Yeah. Acts 9:18, Psalms 119:18, scales falling from my eyes. Listen, and some people never experience it. Some people will never experience it. So I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful that He plucked the scales from my eyes so I can see. And not only that I can see, that I understand. He given me that understanding. Amen. Y'all did. Ooh. I don't know where Myra at, but I know Myra can identify with us, my sister. Me, when I first started gardening, was made when my first fruit tree didn't fruit. But now, okay, I'm used to it. Okay. I didn't know till tonight a bay leaf is from a tree. Yeah, my love. Okay. Not a small plant. Mm-mm. I learned a new thing. All right, Janet. Beautiful, baby. Still waiting for fruit for my cherry tree. Okay. That first harvest will have you addicted to gardening. Come on. Listen, you can't wait till the sun come up. You be sitting at the window saying, come on, open, open, open. Yes, indeed, baby. That garden will have you. Oh, yeah. Okay, Precious says she in zone 9. Come on, Precious. Good evening, Cassandra. Hey, baby. I just started my seed. Oh, you just started seeds indoor for spring. Gardening in zone 9B, New Orleans. Well, say, bon, baby. Yay, you just hit a lanyard. You heard me? Okay. Odom say fig leaves tea is amazing. Or you talking to Sylvia? That's right. I got fig trees and no figs. Okay. So let me just say this. Let me get something to drink, y'all. C'est bon. Oh, wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. All right. Okay. Listen at this. Anytime when things go on in your garden with your plants, listen, you have to think, because God created the garden. There's a meaning to everything in that garden. It really is. And it doesn't necessarily mean fruits. It doesn't necessarily mean, a big apple or orange. It doesn't. It doesn't. But one thing God does for us, when you have a fruit tree, you get leaves, and you get leaves abundantly. And you're bummed out about that lanyard, which is the fruit. But many times, those leaves, baby, that is what you need the most. That is what you need the most. Now, sister, if you could put, Yankee sister, that the leaves are healing of a land. Baby, that's scripture. That ain't Tino. That's scripture. It is something about the leaves. It is, listen, it's something about those leaves. And if you write every fruit tree you have, every soft fruit, soft, let me just explain, because Mike, I know you said you thought it was soft soul fruit. I said, but it's soft fruit. So soft fruit grows mainly on bushes, right? Like a blueberry, a strawberry, a currant, right? Those gooseberries, ground cherries, those are soft fruits, right? But it's something about the leaves. And what you do is Google your trees and Google the benefits of the leaves of those trees, and you will find something amazing. Absolutely amazing. Because listen, if you think about it, there's a couple of reasons why. Well, let me just speak for me that I'm growing. Of course, you all know, if you've been here with me, that my bottom line is to harvest. Now, I love my garden. I love the zen, I love the flowers. I love to be out there just for me. I love to be in my garden and I have my coffee and I'm singing and I'm praising God all by myself. You know why? Because that's my space. That's for me. It's for me, right? But at the end of the day, baby, if I drop a seed, I'm looking for a harvest. I, I'm just saying. That's my bottom line. When I drop a seed, I want to harvest. I'm not playing. I'm not playing with the plants. They not my babies. They not my babies. They my food. They my food, and that's the way I treat them. I treat them good, and the reason I treat them good is because, baby, they're gonna do my body good. I'm gonna give them food that's gonna keep them healthy and strong, and then I'm gonna eat them because they're gonna make me healthy and strong. Right? Y'all get it? Yeah. Um, okay. No, you can't do that, man. You can't do that. So all you do is, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm talking to our guests. All you do is, I'm gonna put this link, go to your StreamYard. I'm gonna put this link in, and all you gotta do is hit it. Okay, but go to your StreamYard. Okay, I'm gonna send it to you, right? I'm gonna put it in the chat. Just give me a second, y'all. Wait 1 second. Okay. Wait. Oh, Lord, I'm so far behind. I see you, man. You good? Turn on your mic. Look at me. There's a mic right there in front of you. Right on the screen, right under where you at. You see it? It shouldn't have a red streak on it, so just hit it. Got it? Good. All right. So Mike, after he come up, Mike, I want you to delete it here, man. Okay. So anyway, family, um, research your leaves on your fruit trees, okay? Because they mean a lot. As a matter of fact, they mean so much more than what I have discovered. They really have. Okay. Would you say, Nikki? Say it loud for the people in the back, Mike. Wait, what Mike said? Mm. Um, well, now we know with recalls, it's life and death, and the garden must. Yeah, yeah, the garden is our must. Amen. Amen. All right, family, we're gonna bring up our guests. Okay, y'all ready? So if y'all ready, hey, Callie, hey, baby, how are you? Nikki says, I'm leaning on his promise, sowing good seeds in good soil and reap for a good harvest. Girl. Yeah, baby. All right. All right, y'all. So if y'all ready for our guest, y'all say yes. I'm waiting for y'all. Y'all say yes. Hey, sister. Hey, my sister Dee Dee. Are you all here with me? So if you're here with me, say yes. Oh, I'm way at the bottom. Lord. Ooh, okay. I was way up there. All right, baby. Are you ready, guests? Now, family, let's make him feel at home, okay? You ready? I'm about to bring you up. I'm about to bring you up. Y'all, he's a little nervous. You need a song, man? All right, I'm bringing you up. You're gonna be all right. I got you. Okay, I'm gonna hold your hand. All right. Don't you hear? Hold your head up. All right. All right, here we go. One, two.
Yeah, I am feeling really crazy right now. I got a delay.
You have a delay?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the noise behind you is in your settings. Um, say something.
Okay. You say go
It's
to my
better.
settings. I'm talking now.
It's better. It's better. Okay.
Audio.
Answer this for me. What is the name of your channel?
Growing out the box.
Where are you from?
Atlanta, Georgia. Reduce background noise. Hold on, let me see this. I'm right here in the settings trying to see if this makes sense.
They have something like echo. So you want
Yeah,
to
I
make
got a
sure.
serious echo.
Sometimes it could be just the room you're in, but you know.
Mm-mm.
But I don't hear it anymore.
But I hear you. You repeat everything that you're saying is repeating.
Oh. So check this out. Do you have any windows open on your
No.
computer? Do you have any device on, like a phone or tablet?
Only the one for the screen that I'm on now.
Okay, so the only device you have open is the one you on. And you don't have any other windows open behind you, behind this screen.
Okay, I think. Say something now.
Hello.
I think we got it.
Yeah.
Do I sound clear now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Boy. I'm trying to grow up. So, you know,
Growing out the box, trying to grow up.
yeah, I'm trying to grow up. You
Trying
know,
to
this
grow out the
this
box.
thing is I've been sitting over here trying to figure out how to come on with the StreamYard, and then you just told me it's like you don't do that. So I'm overthinking.
Oh, that's okay, man. That's okay. Now you know,
Yeah,
right?
now I know. And
Now you know.
it was the other thing that was open that was causing the delay.
Yes.
I appreciate that. That's a
You're
little
so
lesson
welcome.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while you're here now, why don't you introduce yourself to everyone? Tell everybody who you are, what your channel is about, all that kind of good stuff.
Well, for those who don't know, my name's Keith. Um, Maybe y'all know that by now, but go by the channel name is Growing Out the Box, and been hanging out with Miss Linda for what, going on about 3 years now,
Yeah.
and trying to grow up and be like her. So we're gonna see if we can get me on this live thing, because I've been struggling with the live, and that's the reason why I haven't even tried to come live, because I hate being out of my element.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just say this. The very first time I seen Keith, and speaking of new people in the garden, right? I had never seen him before. And hey, J3, man, thank you for the roses, man. Hey, Educated Natural. But listen, when I
Now, hold
first
on,
saw
Miss Linda. How do I see the chat?
you can't see it
No.
on the side nowhere. Does it say chat somewhere? So it should be look like under your name at the top. Do you see comments, banner, media? Educated. Could you tell him, because I'm lost. To
I
see the
think that
chat.
did it. I think I got it now.
You
I
got
got
it?
it. Yeah,
Good.
I see it
Good.
now.
Thank you,
All
baby.
right.
Thank you.
I'm growing
Yeah.
up. I'm growing up. I'm
Good.
growing up.
Okay, so my very first time seeing Growing Out the Box, I had never seen it before. So I'm just scrolling through YouTube, and there is this man with this very huge voice. And I think when I saw you the first time, you didn't show yourself.
Nope, I was doing the voiceovers back then.
Yes, and all I always seen with what he saw and his voice,
Yeah.
but the things that he was saying was deep but true, and I found myself agreeing with so many things he was saying, and so of course I quickly subscribed because I want to know. I want to know your next video. What you talking about, right? So that is how I met him. And then one night on my live, I was speaking of him, and then up pop him.
Yeah, I was a
And
fly
then
on the wall that night. and crazy part about that, I was really one step away from probably not posting another video. And it was
really,
just something about that, the way you said that. It's like, this guy by the name of Growing Out, I think you said Growing Out of the Box, but it was like,
yeah.
it's kind of interesting. That's, and I was sitting here yelling at my wife, hey, she just said my name. She just said my name. So that to me was really one of those things. And we talk outside of our YouTube sphere and all, but that was one of the things that I always say. When you ask God for direction and you're trying to figure out where you're trying to grow, and that one little thing that interesting.
Mike, I'm sorry, Mike, stop that for me. I don't like it. Stop all those colors for me, Mike. I don't like it. Help me.
Yeah, so you got your bot in there or something, huh?
Unless you know him, man, because
No,
if you don't
no,
know him, I don't like it.
no.
Okay, man. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that was just one of those things that when you're looking for direction, trying to figure out what is the next thing that you want to do, and just hearing you say that really gave me a little momentum to really post another video. And seemed like everything just keeps coming full circle back to where I was with you, because even my first video that I did with myself on camera was your TNOG 2022, season wrap up.
Yeah.
So I've had a lot of firsts. My first time going live with Miss
Yes.
Linda. So I've had a lot of firsts with Miss Linda. And this, like I say, I like to be in my comfort zone, but the whole thing is if you're uncomfortable, it really says that you're doing something different and it allows you to grow. So that's
Exactly.
one of the reasons why I wanted to come up tonight. It's like I'm paying all this money for this StreamYard with all the bells and whistles, and I don't even know how to log on to it.
But that's okay. You're doing good. And
Yeah,
listen, and just like you say, when you step out of your comfort zone, this is how we grow. We cannot
that's
grow being comfortable.
that's right.
We
That's
can't. We can't, Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you, man. Somebody say Mike was a bouncer for 13 years. Bounce him out
right.
here, man. I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm gonna get it right though. I'm gonna stay with this thing for a while because it's definitely something that I want to do. I've been even on the Facebook and the Instagram and all that. So many people over there asking me when you gonna go live, when you gonna go live, and just a matter of getting my courage up to sit in front of the camera and get used to looking at things different. So it'll
Yeah.
come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, family, can you see the little gray box back behind him? Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Congratulations, man. That is
I had to
amazing.
throw that in the picture.
And you should. You should. You work very hard for that, right?
And
And we are
we just passed 300 and 323 on IG. We did 160, I think it's at 162 on Facebook. And TikTok, I still ain't really got my thing going on TikTok, but I think it's like 63,000 over on TikTok. But the family is right here. YouTube. This is where I always come back to, and I always tell people on Instagram and Facebook to come visit me over on YouTube because, of course, they just get the shorts.
exactly.
So
Where is your wife? Is she in the room?
she's back there watching. She's
Hey,
being
baby.
the
Hey,
inspector.
hey,
Because I
honey. How
wasn't,
are you?
me, I get in my little ways and things don't go according to the plan. I kind of shut down sometimes because I'm so used to having things in order. So, but again, that's a big part of what I'm trying to do. And that's what the whole growing out the box is about anyway. It's just trying to do something different that you haven't done before. So going live is not comfortable for me, but I do understand that in order for me to grow to the next level, I have to do this. So
Jessica say, congratulations. Your channel is awesome. Amazing garden.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I
Now,
feel
what
real good now because like I said, the echoing and all of that stuff that's really intimidating and it's like not knowing what to do. And then you just say, well, just click off the other screen. You got another screen open. So
yeah,
now I know.
exactly.
Now I know.
Exactly. Yeah. So what I wanted to say is that listen, man, you're growing beautifully. I am super proud of you. I really am.
Thank you.
Uh, you and this another thing is this: you can tell when a person is really serious about what you're doing. I would never ever come here on my channel and give information that I know is not right or that I haven't researched it if I haven't did it right.
That's right.
And what I see in your channel is that you not only do a lot in your channel, but you also research so you can give great information. So many people on YouTube will
Yes.
just throw
I
out
study,
stuff.
like I say, you and I talk outside of YouTube and
Mhm.
we'll go for hours on the phone. So,
Right,
but
right.
that's one of the things, like I said, another part of what I wanted to do with the channel is just become a resource, like it's like the old fashioned customer service back in the days, you know what I mean? I answer all of my messages and sometimes that can be tasking, but at the same time, I just think people appreciate just the personal touch that I try to bring
Yes,
to the channel. And that's
exactly.
that thing that I always say, you look at what everybody else is doing, and then you try to fit in between those little cracks and crevices and figure
Mhm.
out what it is that you should be doing and how you should be doing it. And that seems to be my niche where, I cater to my people. I do.
Right.
And I don't do
Yeah.
it for the views. I don't do it for, the likes and all. I do it because I genuinely want to be able to answer the questions. And like you were saying, in order for me to be able to answer those questions, I got to put my heads in the book,
That's
so
right.
I want to
And
be
then
able
another
to.
thing, you
Yeah.
care. You care
Yes,
because to do that, you must care. So
absolutely.
this is PIA. PIA say, and to be growing so big, growing out the box is very humble and interactive. So that's what you're saying. And
That's the key
it's
to it.
beautiful. Mhm,
That is
mhm.
the key to it. Just always remaining humble. And not I've always been good at everything I've done, but I've never applied myself. That's the thing that I'm trying to do different with this channel. It's like you get to that stage in life where you've been places, you've seen things, and then you still wonder, like, are you where you're supposed to be? And if you would have put a little more effort in, could you have done better? And
Mhm.
with this channel, the gardening thing, I really wanted to push myself to a point to where I can see how much can I accomplish. How much can I grow over the next few years, and if I push myself for the first time, instead of taking it came easy, or I can figure it out real easy. Just I want to be able to challenge myself and then be able to look back on it and say how far I've come, and use that
Right.
as a teaching tool for my kids as well as anybody else watching, because some people think I've been gardening for umpteen years.
Right.
four
4 years.
years 4 years.
Yes.
you know
Beautiful. Beautiful.
but it's
So
overtime. I put in overtime.
yeah. So I'm gonna try to make you big. I'm gonna take me out, and
Okay.
you can talk to our community about what you want to talk to them about tonight. Okay? I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I ain't touching nothing. I'm like the little kid just in the classroom for the first time, so I'm the new kid on the block. You ain't got to
Okay,
go
let's
nowhere, because I like sharing the screen with you. That
okay.
makes me feel a
Okay.
little more comfortable. I like
Okay,
sharing.
well, all right. When you do that, I gotta go and get my charger for my
Okay,
tablet. So
well, I'll read. I'll see if I can read the chat and talk while
okay.
you go
All
do
right,
what you do.
yeah. Talk to our people.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Okay, I see R&B Slow Jams live. That's one of my people right there. Sifting some soil. What's up, Mona? Mike's Chaotic Gardening, the Analytic Gardener. Um, Yankee Sister. It's kind of weird for me sitting up here talking to you guys like directly, as opposed to typing like I normally do, because I'll sit here and do like 3-4 hours a day of just answering and replying to everybody. But I want to get to, like I say, comfortable where I can just sit up here and just chat with you guys. That's kind of awkward with me reading and talking at the same time. That's why I say, when y'all sitting out here do it, I look at you guys like that's a gift. And that's something that I'm going to definitely have to work on.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask this question. All right, family. So this is just my question. You are great with growing blueberries.
It's my thing.
That's your thing. What makes blueberries so special to you?
Well, really, it became just trying to niche down a little bit. You know what I mean? Because you can jump all over the place and have a little bit of knowledge of everything, but I just wanted to have one particular thing that I could focus on, so I can really become the resource for that particular thing. You know, the other stuff like the gardening in general, I enjoy it, but the blueberries is something that I've kind of got 11 different varieties now. You know, I think it's 20 bushes out there now. I just finished my blueberry guide, which has every blueberry that I could think of, and I'm adding them every day. But I just wanted to have something that I can kind of control, that's mine. I like to have my space. You know what I mean? So just taking the in general out of gardening and just being focused a little better.
Okay.
Because I get so many questions about the blueberries. That's actually, of all the videos that I've done, the blueberries are the one that get the most interaction. So that only makes sense to me to kind of lean into.
Now, family, if you have questions about for Keith about, I'm so far behind. Good Lord.
I think Thea, she says, how did I get to grow them so big? Well, the first thing about the blueberries I'm going to tell you is your soil. If your soil pH is off, you're not going to grow blueberries well at all. 4.5 to a 5.5. I know you hear everybody say it, and then you'll see people just throw them in the soil and just kind of make it do what it's going to do. In that first year, you'll see your blueberries do pretty well. But what's happening? What's that thing you call it, Miss Linda? Them little green little pellets. That's the little green pellets. That's in the
crack.
That's there you go. I don't want to say it, but yeah, that's what's keeping your blueberry alive 9 times out of 10 for those maybe that first year to that second year, and then you're going to start seeing it decline because what's happening is it's run out of the energy that those pellets have put in the pot. So if your soil is not correct, it's going to start telling on itself. Yeah. That's the biggest thing that I see most people make that mistake because, I mean, I can't express it enough just how important that soil is, having that correct pH, because not many other things in your garden is going to be able to live where a blueberry lives, and vice versa. Your blueberry is not going to be able to live where everything else lives. So if you have like a blueberry that's planted next to another plant and both of them and the other plant's doing well, chances are your blueberry is going to sputter out in a minute because it should not be doing well next to the average plant.
Okay. Yeah. So what is your soil combination?
50% peat moss, 25% mini pine bark nuggets, and 25% of my personal compost. Now you can buy the Black Cow or whatever, any type of compost, but that formula right there, no matter how I've mixed it, I can test it. And I do have a soil pH tester. So that's something that I would advise anybody to have, even just for everyday gardening. I think it's important because so many things that will grow so much better when that pH is tapped in. And one of the examples of that is I see a lot of people growing ginger, for example.
Okay.
And I didn't know until I started researching that ginger actually likes a low pH as well. So ginger is somewhere in that 5.5 all the way to maybe a 6. And most people have neutral soils. So your ginger is going to be smaller because it's not able to pull those nutrients from the soil when it's at a higher pH. So the pH is, I mean, it's kind of nerdy when I talk about it, but it really, when you get to it, when you was looking at the peppers that I'm harvesting, I'm tuning my pH into the soil, and by having that pH locked into where that pepper is comfortable at, it's able to pull all the nutrients. As organic gardeners that we all aspire to be, that's one of the things that you have to remember when you trying to fertilize. I don't even call it fertilize, and I say you're feeding your soil. And Miss Linda, you say that all the time. That's exactly what you're doing. You're feeding your soil. So in order for those plants to pull those nutrients out of the soil, they have to be in a position to where they can access it. Exactly. And if your pH is off, it doesn't matter how much you fertilize it. It doesn't matter how much you water it. It's just not going to be able to pull those nutrients out of the soil. So wherever your pH is for your peppers, it should be a 6.5 to a 6.7, something up in there. And then you have stuff like asparagus that goes into the 7, which is more on the alkaline side. So, we have a tendency of just throwing stuff in the soil. And I know sometimes people are like, we're not supposed to be doing too much, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I like looking at my harvest and being able to say, this is the results of what it is when you pay attention to the things that matter.
Exactly. Yes, analytic, because if you're growing organically, organic fertilizers it's the soil. It feeds the soil. Synthetics feeds the plant.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, and you're so right, my baby.
And that's the thing. It's like even when you're growing, Miss Linda, I look at your greens sometimes, and I'm always fascinated with the way your greens grow, and you have them all bunched up together. But then I did hear you say you don't do that in the summer or the spring, like going into the warmer months, you kind of spread them out a little more. So that makes a little more sense to me. But it's just, everybody have their own little growing techniques, and we all learn from each other. And everything that I'm doing right now, and I have to give credit to everybody in this chat as well as everybody who asked the questions, because that's really how I learn. You ask the questions before I give you what's a half baked answer. I like to go and research, make sure that I'm giving you the correct answer. And it's so many jewels that you run across when you actually look into what it is that you're looking for. It's always going to be that thing that you're not looking for. That's what I like to make the videos about.
Yeah. So Rashida says, I had to leave, or you had to leave and come back. My question is, containers or in the ground is better for blueberries. Not sure if this has been answered.
Blueberries, in my opinion, do well in containers. And once again, it's because you can custom make your mix to the container. Whereas when you put it into the ground, you're going to have to what's the easiest way to say this? Nature is going to reclaim itself.
Yeah.
So even if you put soil acidifier down, you put peat moss into the soil, whatever your surrounding area is going to reclaim itself. So that pH that you once dropped down, that's going to take you about a year doing the soil acidifier. But what will happen is through your rain, which has your acid, and that's what determines what your soil pH is going to be based upon the area or the region of the country that you live in. So if you're in an area, Salt Lake City, you're going to have salty type rain. It's different regions going to have different types of rains. So again, the easiest way to control that pH in the soil is to build it. Give the blueberry bush what it needs, as opposed to trying to force your soil to give the blueberry bush what it needs.
Now, repeat that soil for me.
It's 50% peat moss, that's 25% mini pine bark nuggets, and 25% compost. And no matter how you do that, you can take 1 cup, you could take 1 gallon, you could take a 5 gallon, as long as you're doing 50% peat, 25 pine bark nuggets, 25 that compost. It's going to come out the same. I do it with my cuttings when I bring them out of, when I first introduce them into the soil, and then cottonseed meal. A lot of people's not familiar with cottonseed meal, but that seems to be the perfect fertilizer for those blueberries.
Now, wait a minute. Now, for the cuttings, in my video today, I don't know if you saw it today, but your cuttings involve sand.
Yes. Yeah. When I'm propagating, I do sand.
Yeah.
Yes. When I'm propagating, I do sand and peat moss, 50-50. No matter what I'm propagating, that's going to be the formula, sand, 50-50.
Y'all heard that?
Every single thing, no matter what you're trying to root, sand, 50-50
peat moss, sand.
Yeah. You want a sterile mix. That's really what you want. And I've seen some gardeners take soil and try to do cuttings with it. And, I'm not going to say what can't be done, but the whole principle behind getting your cuttings to root is having a sterile environment. You want to reduce, like as organic gardeners, we use a lot of bacteria and fungus to grow our plants, but that's the opposite of what you want to do when you're trying to root a plant, because you don't want to introduce the fungus and the bacteria into your growing medium. That's going to be the worst thing that you can have, because that's where you're going to get the root rot and the plant's just not going to take.
Good. Okay, so let me get to my questions. I have some questions about blueberries, right? So you live in zone 8B or 8A?
I'm in Georgia zone 8A. He is in Apple. Yep.
What is the best variety of blueberries for gardeners in 8A?
8A, you have options, because with the blueberries, I like to play around with the different northern, southern. You got your low bush, and then your half highs. But being in 8A, I can play around with it, because most of your northern high bushes are going to be from zones 3 to 8. And then your southern high bushes are going to be from 8 to 10. So I'm right there in the middle, where I can actually play with the northern high bushes and the southern high bushes, and not to mention the rabbit eyes. So I have an advantage being in this region right here. Like with you, Miss Linda, what are you, 9A?
B.
9B, yeah. So you
hot, baby. It's hot.
You couldn't do a lot of northerns where you're at, because your temperatures are a lot hotter than mine. But I have the Northland, which is one of the coldest hardy blueberry bushes, and that's the one that did the second largest harvest last year. I have a Chandler. The Chandler is my largest berry, which y'all haven't even seen that baby yet, but the Chandler that thing puts out berries the size of quarters. The one that I harvested last year that got all the fruit off of it, that was the Sweetheart, and that's a southern high bush. And that's the one that's probably going to be most recommended for this area right here.
So what about that lemonade that everybody loves?
The pink lemonade can trick you. That bush it's considered a rabbit eye, but it has heritage, some lineage from the northern high bush. And that's what makes the pink lemonade unique in its nature. The pink lemonade, like I say, technically is a rabbit eye, but it will cross-pollinate with a southern. That's one of the only ones that I'm familiar with that will do that. Most rabbit eyes, I'm going to say all rabbit eyes, other than the pink lemonade that I'm aware of, will not cross-pollinate with a northern high bush, and it will not cross-pollinate with a southern high bush. If you buy a rabbit eye, you must purchase another rabbit eye.
Okay.
Yeah, southern high bush will cross-pollinate with a southern. Southern high bush will cross-pollinate with a northern, a low bush, a half high. But a rabbit eye will only cross-pollinate with another rabbit eye.
So if you have a blueberry, maybe, then you should have two.
Southern high bush and the northern high bush, they're what they call partial self-fertile, which means that they will produce berries, but they're not going to give you the largest berries. And what I've done with that Growing Out the Box guide, the blueberry guide, I've compiled a list of all the blueberry bushes that I'm aware of, and I was able to go in and find out when the bloom times were on those particular bushes and when the harvest time is on those bushes. The bloom time is what you want to look for in matching what I call companions. That's something that a lot of people is like, what do you mean companion? I've never heard anybody refer to blueberries as companions. Probably not something that they say, but it just makes sense to me when I say the companion, to pair them, because most people tell you, when you go to the nursery, well, you got to have two, but they're not telling you why you need to have two. And again, the southern high bush and the northern high bush, they are self-fertile and they will produce with one bush. But the secret to getting the largest berries is the companions, partnering them with the perfect flowers that they'll bloom at the same time.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing with it right there. The blooming at the same time. If you have one that may bloom in early April, one may
Mm-hmm.
bloom in May. And if those are not blooming at the same times, the bees can't cross pollinate them, which means that you're going to only have what that berry is able to contribute by itself. So
Right.
having them cross and bloom at the same time is more important than any other thing in getting the size of those berries.
Right. So Janet Cruisen says, so what about AD? Are we close enough to do a high bush?
Yes, yes. AB,
Okay.
AB. Because high bush is unique because the high bush can go from literally 5 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
Your same thing with the rabbit eye. We have more varieties down here. The north is going to have, like where Mike is, the low bush is going to be real hardy for him. So, but the low bush doesn't produce the berry size or the half high. And then there's, of course, the northern high bush, but that's what you want for 3 to maybe 8, and you're going to be with the northern. But then from 5 to 10, you can go with the southern high bush or the rabbit
Okay.
eye.
That's good. That's good to know. Now, what do you feed them and how often do you feed them?
Spring, right before they wake up, and you'll start to see them start. I say when they start to pop, you're going to start seeing the little buds at the end. And I'm going to be doing a a pruning video that'll probably be up sometime next week, and it'll give you a real good example of where your leaf buds are coming out at and where your
Mm-hmm.
berry buds are coming out at, and that's going to be able to distinguish where you want to start thinking about fertilizing. Because just like when we wake up, we want to get a little breakfast in us, get the day going, and that's going to give us that energy to keep going throughout the day. So the blueberries is the same way. They're dormant right now. So as they start to wake up, you want to add that fertilizer in before they actually wake up, because if you're an organic gardener, it's going to take time for that, food or that fertilizer to work itself into the system before it kicks in. So by the time, let's say late winter, early spring, that
Mm-hmm.
is the perfect time to fertilize.
Okay.
And I do that twice a year. I do it at the end of the summer and again in the beginning of spring.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Mike says, do you pinch buds to increase size?
No, no. When you pinch buds on blueberries, you giving away your fruit. That's exactly what you're doing.
You're
There
giving
is
it
no
away, my man.
you giving it away, because all your blueberries are made on last year's canes. So that's
Oh,
the thing
okay.
that you always want to think about. What you're looking at, let's say springtime when your buds start to pop, that comes from last year. So if you prune your bush from last year, you're not going to get any berries for the following year. So your
Mm,
berries are always going to follow the year. So that's the thing. I think a few people on Instagram was asking me about that, and they were saying that they pruned their bush in December before it got really cold. And I
mhm.
was like, well, you just canceled your blueberries for next year, because you
Yeah,
just killed all the buds that go into next year to make your berries. So,
yeah,
and you definitely want to consider there.
yeah. So my last question is, do you should you plant your blueberries in full sun or will it grow in shade?
Now, I have a I have a half high that I tried to grow in the full sun. Now,
You have what?
I have a half high. It's
Okay.
like a little miniature bush
Mm-hmm.
that didn't work out too well. So, but because it's a northern bush,
Mm,
so I found that out the hard way, just trying, and it probably will do better down here on a patio setting, under cover. So yes, sometimes depending on if you're trying to grow out of your zone, but if you're growing the berries that's supposed to be in your zone, they should
mm-hmm.
have at least 6 to 8 hours of sunlight. That's just on average. They got to have the sunlight. Without that sunlight, the berries are not going to be sweet and they're not going to grow. They're just going to be small. They have to have that sunlight.
Okay, Deji said, do you add soil acidifier at the same time as you fertilize?
Yes, I do. And by me having that mix that I have, that 50% peat, 25% mini pine bark nuggets, and 25% compost, you're pretty much going through a maintenance schedule as opposed to trying to control the acidity in the soil. And if you had it in the ground, using soil acidifier, you technically have to put it in a year ahead of time just for it to have a semi effect. And you're going to always, again, be chasing that because nature is going to reclaim it. You're going to have to be doing that every year, putting a whole bunch of soil acidifier down. Whereas if you're growing in a container, you can set your mix that's acidic in nature, and then you just sprinkle maybe a quarter cup of the soil acidifier when you fertilize every year. And it's just a maintenance schedule at that point. You're not trying to control it. You're just maintaining it because your mix is already acidic. So the only thing you're trying to do is just keep it from washing out. So that's a good question there, just, about the soil acidifier.
Yeah. So Yankee Sister say, if your blueberry plants did not fruit last year, can you save it? She says, I'm in zone 6A.
Well, because it didn't fruit, there probably is nothing wrong with your bush. You're probably doing something incorrect. And that would be that companion that I'm speaking of. If you don't have the correct bush to match it, then it's just like if you got a northern high bush and you have two of the same bushes, you're going to get the same low results. The yield is going to be low and the berries are going to be small, if any. But the northern high bush will fruit. But unless it has the correct companion that goes with it, the berries are going to be small and they're not going to be as sweet. They're going to be real watery or have a little tart taste to it. The secret to the whole thing, I can't say it enough, is having those companions with it. You have to have them blooming at the same time. And if you go, like I say, to that growing out the box blueberry guide, it spoon feeds the information to you. There's really no thinking to it. If you want to know what a northern high bush is, you click on northern high bush. It explains to you what a northern high bush is. It tells you what grow zones you can grow the northern high bush in. It tells you the botanical name of the northern high bush, and the same thing goes with the southern high bush. Any of those links that you click on, it's going to spoon feed the information to you, and that's what I wanted to do. In doing the guide, I wanted to answer all the questions that have been coming to me over the past, 3 years or 2 years that I've really been focused on the blueberries. And it's crazy that after I put the guide up, I got more emails than anything asking the questions that's right there on the guide. So I don't know if that was a good thing, or not, because my people have gotten so used to me spoon feeding the information to them. Now that I'm saying, okay, here is what you've been looking for. You can go and find it yourself. It's right here. I don't know if we kind of connected on that just yet. So, but again, all that information is right there. I'm very proud of it. I really feel good about it. It's the first, because everybody keeps saying, when are you going to do a book? You should do a book. All this information you have, you should do a book. And I actually have so much information. I go to my little note tab, and anytime I'm working on a video, I go back and study up on what it is that I want to say in the video. And I actually can do a book. And part of doing this blueberry guide was kind of like my way of inching myself towards being able to put things in writing and organize it a little better, something that I really haven't been good at.
Well, what I would like to do, I think I have the link to it, and I want you to send it to me again so I can put that link in the description box of this live. Okay? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So Mike says,
it's real. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Say it.
No. I was going to say it's real simple. It's just growingoutthebox.com.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, blueberry guide,
Well, I still think I want to do it because somebody go say, I didn't have the
And they'll
link.
still ask the questions, and I mean, it's crazy because it went up last week, and I got so many emails on my website asking the questions that's right there in on the guide, and it's
Well,
like,
you know, it's the way it go,
come
man.
on, work with
Yeah,
me. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Just work with me.
yeah. So Mike says, the covers go on after the bloom stage.
The covers don't go on until you start to ripen, and the purpose of the covers are, I mean, it's exactly what you think it is. It is to keep the birds and the deer or whatever else from, taking your berries, because your berries should be having anywhere from 7 to 15 pounds per bush. And most of the time we giving it away to the birds. So for me, it's like, nah, I'm a little stingy about my blueberries. So, the birds got to figure out. And as a matter of fact, I'm doing something a little different this year because I do have a bush that I'm dedicating to the birds. I had so many people kind of like, well, you should give the birds some. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna give
because
the
I know
birds
you
their
be
own little
serious
bush.
about the birds.
Yeah, they're gonna get
You
their
be
own little
serious.
bush because they can't have none of mine. So,
I see you out there harvesting, but two go in the bowl, three go in your mouth.
yeah, you got to do it like that. That's the best
Sure.
way to do it.
Yeah, man. So Cassandra said you've done a wonderful job with the guide, and it's easy to follow. Thanks for putting in the work.
Yeah, yeah. And I did it. Like I said, all of the stuff that I'm doing, when I say the channel belongs to us, I really do mean that, because
Oh,
none of this stuff I could do if you guys weren't asking me the questions.
right.
And I mean, I can't express that enough. It's like when you ask me a question, that throws the light bulb off in my head. Then I want to go and make sure that I get the correct answer. So I go and pull up my notes, and then I start looking. Then I'll be like, okay, well, maybe I'm missing something. Now I go and search a little more, and then that'll be that jewel that I wasn't even looking for. And
Right.
again, that's what I make my videos off of. Not necessarily, the questions that you ask, but it's always something in the middle of the question that you probably didn't think of. Like how I even got into doing the bacterias for the legumes. You hear everybody talking about, legumes, fix nitrogen into the soil.
Hmm.
Okay, well, for me, I wanted to know how it works, and not just how it works. I want to show you how it works. So when the question was posed to me, that means now that I just not only have to go and find the information, I want to be able to put it into practice to show you that it actually works and how it actually works.
Yeah.
Because
Go ahead.
go ahead, go ahead.
For about 3 years ago, my nephew um, Turf shared a video on the legumes and that bacteria. Um, he shared that with us, and what he said, what he said in that video, you all want nitrogen in your soil, and you're pulling up your plants, and you're throwing it out.
Going it out, going it out. See
So
it too
that was
often.
about 4 years ago. Turf therapy. He did that video,
Yep.
and that really was my first time ever hearing about this. But
Yes.
yeah,
And it's a
but
powerful tool. It is a
exactly,
powerful tool. Like we were
yeah,
talking the other day about the amaranth. The amaranth
yeah,
even fixes nitrogen. They have a bacteria that attaches to the amaranth, and it
yeah,
makes a great fertilizer. So it's
yeah,
like
and
when you're looking
micro
for,
beautiful amaranth.
yeah, and
Yeah.
there's a bacteria that actually the leguminosum will attach to the amaranth. You just have to
Oh,
have the bacteria in your soil, and that's
okay.
going to help build that nitrogen up in that plant. So when you do a chop and drop, it feeds back to the soil. That's where the whole myth came from, that nitrogen, fix nitrogen. I mean, the legumes fix nitrogen
Legume.
into the soil. The legumes
Mhm.
actually don't fix the nitrogen into the soil. It's the bacteria that
It's
fixes the
bacteria.
nitrogen into the plant. Once the
Right.
plant has used it and you've harvested from it, now you chop the plant down, and the nitrogen that's built up in the plant now becomes available to the other plants.
Right.
Yeah.
So it says, I'm not familiar with the high bush low bush either. Definitely need to learn more. Well, you know.
But that's the thing too. When you're shopping for a blueberry bush, nobody really tells you, what it is. They just say you go in, you buy 2 blueberry bushes and take them home and put them in the soil, and that's pretty much it. Even understanding, the botanical names of them, that's a good way to narrow down your search and making sure that you're at least in the ballpark of having the correct ones to bring home. Because I've
Yeah.
been to the, big box store and seen northern high bushes in there that shouldn't be there. They're really
Yeah.
cold hardy, and you in the
Yeah.
zone where you're gonna get this thing down and it's gonna burn up as soon as you put it out there. So a lot of times you're thinking it's your fault, but no, it's the nursery's fault for putting the blueberry bush in there that you shouldn't have had access to.
But also, if you think about this, is that we have many gardeners, new gardeners, first year gardeners, or they're coming in and basically they're not looking for the scientific name. What they do is they look at their fellow gardeners, they look at other channels, and they go, "I want that." And they
That's
go
right.
to the nursery and they find it and they grow it. So it's not about,
And
many people.
that's the purpose of the guide, to be able to, when you're
Yeah,
at there's nothing better than, I think, being in the garden center, pulling out your phone, you got all this information right at your fingertips, and being able to ask the attendant some questions, and you'll see just how much they don't know.
exactly.
You know,
Because listen,
yeah.
from
But they're
Walmart
having
to,
that tool in
to
your
Home
hand.
Depot to Lowe's,
Yeah,
they know nothing. They are there
yeah,
for a paycheck, baby.
yeah, yeah.
That's it. So
But
you
again,
have to
that
come
guide
there with your
is
knowledge.
yeah, that guide is basically there so when you're out shopping for your bush, you can literally stand right there and be like, okay,
Great.
well, here's a bright well. I know what a
Yeah,
bright well is. It's a rabbit eye. Okay, so I know I need to shop for another rabbit eye, not a bright well. I don't need 2 bright wells.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
and then it tells you when you look on the guide, if you're looking at bright well, it'll give you 3 companions that go along with the bright well. So it just makes it so much easier for you.
right, right. And see, my thing is this. I did a video not too long ago where Jody and I was in the store and I was looking for a blueberry.
Mhm.
I don't want to hear nothing about no other blueberry. I need a rabbit eye because I know, and I'm not big on blueberry, but I do know
That's
rabbit
right.
eyes loves my climate.
They can handle that
They
heat.
love my climate. So
Yep.
I'm looking for a rabbit eye, baby.
Yep. Rabbit
And
eye.
and and the one
Southern,
that I love
Southern
the
high
most,
bush will work down there too, but Southern high
I
bush,
love
like I
but
say,
I love the Tiff blue. That's my
it's
favorite.
blue. Yeah,
Tiff blue.
that's
Yeah.
a very popular one. That's a pretty nice sized berry too.
And she's delicious. Now,
Yeah.
someone asked a question, does different varieties of blueberries are sweeter than others?
Yes. Because you might ask the question, why do you have 10 different varieties of a blueberry? And most
Okay.
people think that the characteristics of the bush is going to be different, like
Mhm.
your rabbit eyes, for example. The rabbit eyes have a more straight, they grow kind of up and down,
Uh-huh.
whereas the southern high bush is a little more
Will go
bushy.
out. Mhm.
The northern high bush is larger, but pretty
Mhm.
much looks like the southern high bush, because the southern high bush is a child of the northern high bush. So
Mhm.
you have to think about the characteristics, and then even your space when you're again purchasing your blueberry bush. The rabbit eyes can grow up to 10 feet, and I think that's what jigs
Mhm.
have. Because he got some tall bushes, and
Oh,
my
Jay has
bushes
some
won't get that
beautiful
big.
blueberries.
Yes, yes, and that's
So,
that's the
Jay,
difference.
Jay, if you yeah, Jay, if you here, tell us the variety of blueberries you have, man. Because I mean, I had never seen blueberries so tall.
Yeah, I can tell you without knowing the actual
Okay.
variety, but I could tell you they're rabbit eyes, no question about it.
Okay.
Definitely rabbit eyes, because the southern high bush won't get that big, and the northern high bush doesn't grow upright the way those are. They're
Yeah.
definitely rabbit eyes. And
Here's
that's
a
one of the characteristics of the rabbit eyes is that long pole looking things like if you have a pink lemonade is a real tall bush. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So TLC said, I have to, oh, I know she want to say get. I have to get covers for this year. I'm tired of fighting for my
Yeah,
blueberry.
I posted the covers yesterday.
It's all over.
They sold out in 2 hours. Yeah.
Wow.
Soon as they came over to the website, they sold out in 2 hours. And that's pretty much like most of the stuff that I kind of like um, the garlic. That's people like tend to follow me about the garlic. As soon as I post that garlic, gone. I could put it up and then within an hour, I can have 15 bushels of it and they'll be gone. And the same thing happened with that netting. When I put that netting up yesterday, I think I put 50 nets up, 2 hours, they were gone.
Well,
So
that's amazing, man.
yeah, it's a blessing,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But I tell you, it's work. It is work. Yeah.
Well, listen, it's almost like prayers. Prayers without works is what? Dead.
That's right.
Dead.
So yeah,
So,
man, just staying, like I said, just trying to encourage everybody to grow out of their box. You know what I mean? And it's like I see a lot of people on here. Like I know you get a lot of the sponsors who want you to kind of do the little reviews and things of that nature. You don't really see me doing anything like that. And as long as I have a choice in that, it's just not where I want to go with it. And I think everybody on here, because you can be making money on this YouTube thing without being monetized. You just have to have a mindset of what it is that you want to do as opposed to just coming on here and just hanging out every day. And that's been my principle since day one, even coming on and not being monetized. I've always been an Amazon affiliate. So anytime you saw me putting product in my videos way back before I was even on camera, those videos were getting paid, from the little Amazon affiliate links.
right.
And from that, it just showed me how much we weren't getting. It really taught me because I started watching my analytics on the Amazon and I was looking at, wow, I'm selling $1,500, $2,000 worth of product every month, and y'all sending me a little spare change. And that's what made me really want to focus on building my own website and having my own e-commerce, because that just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Why would I be selling your product and making pennies on the dollar when I can just bring my own product in and sell that for less than what the average market price is and still make twice as much?
Yeah.
So it just makes sense,
Yeah. So Sylvia said, I have got to read this Blueberry Bush guide. There's so much information. Thank you for this wonderful guide.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's
Nikki put the guide up.
okay. All right. Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you, Nikki, baby.
Yeah.
Greg said, thanks.
Wait, Greg
said, thanks growing out the box. You're always on point with your info. Good.
Well, like I said, the questions that you ask, that's what makes me stay on point. You know what I mean? Because I really want to be able to answer the questions correct. Not to say that I know all of this stuff off the top of my head, but if I have an opportunity to sit down and pull this information up and compile it, I'm going to have it for later. And every time someone asks me that same question, I go back to my notes, and that's kind of like how I remember what I'm doing. And it's not the easiest thing in the world, because I know, Miss Linda, you put your little task together when you're doing your lives every day, and you want to stay on. I pay attention to that. You stay on structure, and you have certain things that you're going to talk about. And it's pretty much the same way when you're dealing with the videos. It's like when I'm thinking about the pointers in the video, I start from point A, point B, point C, and D. And I want to take you all the way through from the beginning of where we should be at to the whole stage of growing it all the way to the harvest. Whereas you got some people who show you how they plant their, bush or whatever it is that they're growing, and then they'll show you another video on how they, how the bush looks. In I want to show you the whole series all in one, so you can take it in. And sometimes it takes me a year.
Oh
to do
yeah,
one video,
I
you
know.
know.
I know a few YouTubers does that,
Yeah,
from dropping the seed to harvesting the fruit on
yeah,
one video. Yeah.
yeah.
So let me read this from Miss Native. She said, "Let's do this, Miss Linda. Hit the goal." Oh, baby, thank you. I'm in the bushes, sending my support and much love your way. Oh, thank you, baby. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, baby. And let's see about this one. Mike said, "Great information." I mean, Mike. LGG said, "Great information. Thank you, Tina, and growing out the box for this live."
Thank you.
Beautiful,
Thank
baby. Yeah. Let's see. Marilyn says, "The guide helped me ensure that I was making the right decisions on plants." Misty, purchased in my area zone 9B, North Texas, and soil preparation. All
you.
right, baby.
And like I
So
said,
it
make sure
is
that with
helping
that
a lot of
Misty,
people.
make sure with that Misty that you get its companion, because you don't want two Misties. That's the
No,
thing you got to remember. You don't want two of the same bush. You want to have that one that blooms at the same time. And if you look at the Misty on there, it's going to tell you 3 different bushes that also bloom at the same time.
Mhm. Yes, yes, Rashida, you will need that. She said, "Well, I may need a rabbit eye too, then because I'm in zone 9A." Yes,
Yep,
it, it,
yep,
it will work for us, baby.
yep.
Yeah,
Actually, it'll go all the way up to 10.
yeah. Oh my God. Thank you, baby. Thank you, Tia. Oh, Tia. Thank you, baby. She said, "Giving thanks, giving thankful." Yeah. Thank you, baby. Um, Sandy said you can also use tulle fabric as cover for your blueberry bushes. True?
Yeah, yeah. Be as
True?
creative as you can. You know,
Yeah.
it's just for
Yeah.
me. It's like I like to be a little neat with the way I have things set up. So the
You like to be
zippers and
what?
all that,
You like to be what?
just a little bit. What's that, Nikki? You just a little OCD-ish,
A
just a
little
little bit,
OCD-ish.
yeah, a little OCD-ish.
Oh,
It
yeah, I
just,
see you
when
over
I
there.
walk out to the garden and things are just in order, it just, I don't know, it just makes my day just go by so much easier. Even when I'm leaving out in the morning and I can look out, my back window and see everything in place, and it just makes my day go so much better. So I like to have things in place in the garden, and when I walk through, it's like taking a picture, you know
Oh, don't
and I
say
like to
that,
step
baby.
back and just see
Oh,
what it is,
somebody.
the next thing that I want to do. And that's what gets me motivated to get out there and do it, because I'll be walking around the garden in circles doing nothing, you know so
PIA, I took that comment out, okay, baby? Yeah, just a little bit now. Come back a little softer. Yeah. Brown Sugar say, "Hey family." Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. We see what she say, man. "Hey family, I have one blueberry plant that produces, but I do not have the label anymore. It's in bloom right now, zone 8A, Houston, Texas."
I would have to ask you, do you have another bush with that? You're saying you have one bush, but do you have another bush with it? And if you're probably in zone 9A, I always tell people that chances are, and this is not always guaranteed, but chances are, whatever the nursery is you purchased it from, they're probably bringing in bushes that are acclimated to your area. Not always, but for the most part, you can almost guarantee. So it's probably a rabbit eye that you have.
Yeah. Miss Red say, "I was so happy when I came across the video you did on the peanuts, because it showed me what I had done was right. I did get a big harvest, but it was enough. Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful. That was an awesome peanut harvest you did over there.
And the peanuts, you can do so much with them. Like I have this oil press that I can, extract the oil from. And
Hmm.
of course, the oil you can use in your insect sprays. So
Hmm.
that's one way that you can use the oil as well as cook with it. And then the discards from the peanuts can actually be made into a fertilizer. It's an 822 fertilizer. And
Wow.
that's going to be one of the things that I'm going to be showing you guys this season as we get ready to plant going into the year. I'm going to show you how I make that fertilizer with that 822. And then I'm going to even put it in beds next to each other to show you through the course of the year how that fertilizer compares up to some of the store-bought stuff. And I
And
feel
see,
pretty
that's what
confident.
I love to do. I love, and I share many videos on how we can grow our
That's right.
own fertilizer,
That's right.
and I
Like
love
like
that.
we were talking about the other day, Miss Linda, the Mexican sunflower,
Yeah.
powerful fertilizer.
Yes.
Powerful
Even
fertilizer.
even white beans, I
Yeah,
shared white beans. The
that's right.
phosphorus in white beans is
That's right.
amazing. And we
Mhm.
can grow this stuff ourselves, right? So Veggie said, growing out the box, have a beautiful garden. It looks so peaceful. And Veggie, I will say this. One peaceful garden acknowledging another peaceful garden because baby,
Veggie
your
got it
garden
going
is
on over
amazing.
there. Yeah,
Yes, she do. Yes, she
yeah.
do. I love the vibes when I get over there. I love I
Mhm.
feel it, her it makes me relax. Because
Yes.
sometimes I'm hyper sometimes when I be, but if I sit down and watch a veggie farming video, it calms me, and
And I think it does have something to do with the organization of it. Because
yes,
for me, it does that same thing for me. It's like when I watch her videos, they
mhm,
really are relaxing.
they
You
are
know,
very
it's
relaxing.
because everything is in place and you're not so much focused in on the presenter. You kind of looking around trying to see everything that's in the background, and it
Yeah,
kind of
and
puts you in a
everything is
relaxing
in
mode.
place. It's just you don't when you walk, it's almost like you walking around in her garden. You're not
Yes,
gonna bump into a whole bunch of stuff.
that's right.
It's
That's
just
right.
a cool vibe over there. I love it. I love your garden, baby. I love
That's
it.
right.
I truly do. Yeah. Yeah. So what you say, D, comfrey is a good fertilizer. Well, let me just tell you about comfrey. And is comfrey a good fertilizer? Yes, it is. But please do your research on comfrey.
Yes.
Comfrey has some things in it that is not cool. So, I'm not going into it. I'm going to tell you, do your research on comfrey. All right?
Yes. And
That's
I'll
all.
say this and just touch on this, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it moving. But if you've had
Mhm.
any type of liver conditions,
Mm.
comfrey is not the answer for you. Comfrey is not what you want. Anything
I
to do with
say
your
to
liver, you don't want no
liver,
part.
right? I say to listen. I'm 68 years old, so I'm gonna speak for my sisters and brothers who are in this era, right?
Yeah,
We don't need that. We don't need nothing that's going to mess with us physically, that's going to hurt us potentially. We don't need it. We don't need to play with that. So
and
if
it
we need
does
to
work.
plug,
It
it works.
absolutely does work, but
Yeah, it's a risk.
it's definitely a risk. And I
And
don't
I
know
don't
that
want
the benefits. Yeah, I don't know if the benefits outweigh the risk.
no, because there's too many other fertilizers that we can grow.
Yes,
So I want you to just think about it, D. I mean,
do your
research.
homework. Yeah,
Do
do
your
your
research.
homework. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I'm with you. That's why you guys never hear me talk about, comfrey in none of my videos. And I hear everybody talking about the miracle that it does. And it will grow you some
Yes.
food. It has a good
Mhm.
nitrogen source, has good potassium in it, phosphorus, the whole nine. But
Oh
mm-mm,
yeah.
no, no. I mean, it kind of defeats the whole purpose
No,
of
it's
trying
it's
to
it's
grow
just
organic. because you're trying to get away
And
from
it
those
defeats the
things that are
purpose of
causing the
trying to
problem.
stay healthy.
That's right.
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 We want to eat good organic food so we can stay healthy.
Yes.
Right. And this got some potentially bad stuff. Okay, my baby. She said, thank you. I definitely will research it more. Yes, my love. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Linked to cancers also. And there's a reason why the government has it on the FDA has it on their website as something that should not be served with food. And if you're thinking about you're feeding it to your plants are feeding you. So it's that old cliche of you are what you eat. So.
And another thing, people say, they make salve from it and it's good for this and good for pain. So, but this is what I want you to know. Our skin is our largest artery. It's the largest. It's the largest.
It's your largest organ. It absorbs everything you put on it.
Everything
goes into your blood.
Be safe. Amen, my sister. Not for me. That's right, my sister, because I want us all to be safe.
And a lot of people don't know, because like you said, Miss Linda, we hear everybody else talking about how good it is, but just do your homework into it.
My nephew put up a video.
Scientific fact into it.
Turf therapy put up a video, and it's out there, and but everybody won't see it. But Miss Linda and Grown Out the Box is just saying to you, do your research. Do your research. Yeah. PIA say makes sense. Amen, baby. Yes. Tia say amen. Of skin is our largest organ. It is. And it will absorb.
Yeah.
Okay. It will. So that's what that is. All right. So it's on you, man.
Hey, man, I'm just hanging out with you. And I know I'm way past. Last time I did this, I had you way past your time, and I'm doing it again. But next time we're gonna do a little practice session. Well, I'm good now because I know all you had to do was just send me the link. So I was overthinking it. I was sitting here frustrated talking about I don't know how to get the link, and I'm looking all across the screen and stuff like that. Then I finally told my wife, I said, you know what? Even if I don't do it, I'm finna go live tonight. One way or another.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Well, listen, you did good. Yeah. You did good. You look handsome. You're smart as all heck. And we are blessed to have each other. Right?
That's right. All and that's in the community.
Yes. That's right. We all are blessed to have each other. Yeah. What you say, baby? She said, I definitely will do more research. That's PIA. She said, yes, Turf put up that video years ago. Yes, he did about comfrey. I remember it. Yes, he did. So,
and not many people in the community talk about that. No, I guess everybody, they taking their chances. But I think especially for anybody who has had any issues in the past with any type of liver, that's definitely something that you want to look into.
Yeah. So this is Forgiven, and Forgiven say this live was amazing. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, man, for coming over and sharing your knowledge with us.
And what I wanted to say before we get out of here too.
Okay.
Is, and we talked about this briefly on the last one. We're gonna be doing bingo. We're gonna be doing bingo games. Soon as I get my my sea legs ready, and I can stand up on the ship, we're gonna be playing bingos because I have corporate sponsors that are throwing gifts at me. And as promised from the beginning, as the channel grows, as everything that I'm doing grows, I want to be able to share that with you guys. So,
well, name us two prizes.
Well, you already know Vigo is one of my, my main sponsors. So we're gonna always have some Vigo stuff in there. But I have some self-watering planters. I have some. I got so much junk over here. It's crazy.
Do you have garden beds?
They're going to be garden beds as well. They're going to be some of everything. And what I want to do is, like I said, we're going to get the communities because we want to be streaming live to all platforms. It's something that I haven't seen a whole lot of people doing, but we have a nice audience on all the platforms, and we want to just bring it all together so we're not jumping from one to the other. We're going to stream live. Everybody's going to be there. We'll have Miss Linda up here keeping me balanced till I really get straight on this thing. But I just wanted to be something to where everybody benefits from what it is that we're doing here. It's not about me. This channel is about you all, and I make the content. And it's crazy because I always say in the back of my mind when I hear people say, "Oh, he's doing it for the gram." I do it for the gram. I mean, I do it for the gram. I get on here and I do this for you guys because I enjoy the communicating. And as I always say, it's like customer service, somebody picking up the phone, because there's nothing like asking a question or leaving a comment on somebody's profile or their page and they never respond to you when you took the time out of your day to leave the message, to say something nice about whatever it is they're doing. I just feel an obligation. And sometimes it gets me off task because I'll be going 2-3 hours trying to answer messages. But that's part of how I grew. That's how I've been able to grow as fast as I've been able to grow, because I answer your questions and you guys ask some good questions.
Yeah. And we appreciate you answering those questions. It's just really cool. So people are saying, who's this Rashida? She said, Comfrey healed my broken bone last summer. Wait a minute, baby. I would have otherwise had a metal plate in my ankle. Well, I'm so happy it healed you, baby. I really am. Good for you. Angela said, I'm so grateful for the community. Thanks, Miss Linda. And thank you to Growing Out the Box. PIA said, I so much appreciate Growing Out the Box. Yeah. Miss Red said,
I always have to go back to Miss Linda too, because, I really appreciate just everything that she's done, just keeping the whole community encouraged. She comes in here every week, twice a week, sharing her live. And for me, it's just, I don't know, I'm just forever attached, you know what I mean? Because, we all grow at different paces, and something that I've always wanted to be, and that is true to my word. And as long as I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm going to always point back to Miss Linda and give her credit for inspiring me to stay focused and just stay on the task, and as well as everybody else in the, in the chat that comes here every Tuesday and every Sunday. And she sits here and gives out her lessons. And no matter how long you've been gardening, you're going to get something out of it, even if it's just that spiritual word at the end that she'll throw in, because, I just really appreciate you. And I know I speak for everybody that's in this chat right now.
Oh, I appreciate you, man. I thank you for your words. I really do. I really do. Thank
Even
you.
right now, you got me doing this live thing. This ain't what I do. So it's, once again, you bring it, you know what I mean? You pushing me in a space that I've not been used to. And if you're uncomfortable, that means you're growing.
Right.
When you're
growing out the box, man.
You got to be uncomfortable, because that's the only way you're gonna, get to the next thing. You got to get past that thing. So, I mean, I'm glad I came up tonight, and now that I know it's not as difficult as my brain was telling me it was.
Yeah.
I'm a little more comfortable, because I was talking about, I'm gonna be on here doing my little screen share and all this here, and I couldn't even log on. I was like,
you gonna tell me I'm not gonna come on? I don't know how to do it. I'm gonna just come on YouTube. No, you're not.
I'm gonna say, no, come on. She said, I got you. Come on. So that little bit right there, just makes a difference, because you get to that point to where I probably wouldn't have, matter of fact, I wouldn't have known if had I not come up tonight. Just how easy it is. And even with the little echo in the beginning, that's panic mode for me, because that ain't what's supposed to happen. And Ms. Miller's like, no, just click on the thing up there. You got a window open. Just close that window. So, and I thought you was talking about a window. I was like, no, ain't no windows open. So hey, I'm learning just like everybody else. You know what I mean? So
That's
you
all right,
know.
man. You're a quick learner. You
And you
figured
said
it
it
out.
4 or 5 times, and then after then it registered to me. Oh, she talking about a window on the computer. I was talking about a window in the house. I'm like, no, ain't no windows open.
You go listen. You gonna have to call your sister and say, "Come here. What is wrong with
Hey
this
man.
thing?"
And then she hold my hand so much. I was like, I'm gonna do this on my own. I ain't calling it a night. This the one night I done ran into a roadblock. Yeah, but
That's
it's all
okay. I got
good.
you.
Yeah,
I
you
got
got me. I
you. That's what I
appreciate that.
told you. I told you. I said, I'm gonna hold your hand, man. You will be
Yeah,
all
you
right.
did, and you got me on in there.
Yes, you
Because
did
I said
good.
I
You
was not
did.
going to call her tonight. Because anytime I reach out to her, she gets on the phone and she'll walk me through it. We done did this thing 1,000 times. But the thing
Yeah.
was, I never went to someone else's live and like, so I had then got myself a little cocky, and I'm saying I got this. It's like nothing. I can go live on my own, but I've never went to someone's live. That's what threw me off, because as I tried to log on, I was like, oh, I ain't never did this before. So it kind of spooked me a little bit, but
Yeah. But all you have to do is just open up your StreamYard and hit the link.
well, when I clicked the link, it opened itself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool. Yes.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Didn't
So
know that. There you
that's a
go.
learning. That's one less thing that I got to worry about next time.
Yes, man.
But
Yeah.
again, if you don't do it, you don't know. So
Exactly. Let me see what Sylvia says. Sylvia said, question: the only variety of blueberry at the big orange store in my area, 9, is what is that? Let's see if you could figure this out, because I don't know what that is.
vaccinium is that's the botanical name.
Yeah.
If you only see vaccinium, that just means berry. If you look at any berry, that a berry is a vaccinium. You
Didn't you
want to
just
see
mention that in the video?
absolutely,
Yes, you did.
absolutely.
And
Because
they didn't have the variety either.
I was at Hall's Nursery, and they
Mhm.
had a plant in there that only had vaccinium on it, and I was like,
Exactly.
well, you kind of throwing people off because you're not really telling them what the bush is. But
Mhm.
vaccinium just means berry. You got goji berries. You got, every berry. That's what the vaccinium. That's the botanical name. You
Yeah.
want to see something like vaccinium ashe, or
Mhm.
vaccinium corymbosum. The corymbosum is going to be your northern or your southern bush. The ashe is going to be your rabbit eyes. So those are the things that you want to look for. If you see a vaccinium, you want to look for a shea, and that's going to be, if you're a 9A or 9, you want to look for the shea. And if you're in north or south, that can be the corymbosum. And those are the two things that you really have to remember when you're dealing with. And even the low bush has a different name to it. I had that written down because I haven't familiarized with myself. So the Augusta foliae. That's the low bush. It's called
Yeah.
an Angustia foliae.
And Mike say, do your own research.
Yeah.
Yes, Mike.
But when you don't know, you don't know. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
something that's a good question when she said it only has the vaccinium on there.
But CMO, yeah,
'Cause
because
all of them
I
are going.
remember hearing it in your
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
I
And
remember
that was
hearing
the thing. I was like, this is perfect. When we walked into the nursery and I saw that thing didn't have it on it, I said, this couldn't
it.
have been scripted any better than this. 'Cause
Yeah,
I was going to talk
like
about the different
teachable
things,
moments.
and it was just right there for me. So I was like, even when we went back inside and I talked to the attendant and I was explaining to her, she was like, well, I don't know what it is. It's
Yeah,
blueberry. And I was like, well, that's what you're going to have when people come in here. They're going to look at this and they're just going to buy it based upon what it was. But I know I had already researched the Georgia gem, so I knew it was a Southern high bush, but they didn't have it on the tag.
yeah. Good night, Greg Jones. Good night. Thank you.
All right, thanks for
Uh,
coming in, Greg.
yeah. Kiki said, Miss Linda and Growing Out the Box, I appreciate you both tremendously. Thank you,
Thank,
baby.
Thank you.
Oh, we sincerely appreciate Miss Linda. Oh, thank you, PIA. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. All right, baby. So, closing words.
Uh, Looking forward to the new season. Um, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. And like I said, the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to, excuse me, is gonna be like I was telling you, the gaming night. I want to do that game night. That's like of all the stuff that I could be doing in the garden, that is the biggest thing that I want to do because again, I want to be able to share this whole thing that's the growth of what's happening with the channel and encourage people to just try to do something different. You know what I mean? Just always reach for something that maybe you even thought was unobtainable. You know, anything is possible if you can see it. You know, and that's the way I go out in that garden. When I stop and I look and I see things, and a lot of times my wife will be walking around out there, and I'll be like, "Hold up, now you're in my picture. You need to get out my picture," because I can't focus when you. I need to be able to see it and map it out. But it's just going into 2025, thinking beyond the garden. You know what I mean? Just growing. I always like to say backyard growers. You know, gardening that's a whole nother thing. But I like to say backyard growers because we can take those experiences that we do out in the garden and we can apply that to everyday life. It just makes things make sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I really and truly appreciate you being here with us and sharing your knowledge about blueberries
Yep.
and other conversations we have. Just awesome, and we thank you so much for being here with us. I have
Absolutely.
so many comments here. Althea say, "What a great live, guys! Thank you so much for all this valuable information. Um, I love, and may God continue to bless you. You too, baby. Thank you." Miss B
Bless
said,
us.
"Bless
Yep.
us." That's right. Miss B says, "I love it. The king and queen on the platform together. Amen, baby."
Oh, yeah.
Meryl said, "TNOG is always inspiring me to drop some seeds and takes me out of my comfort zone." Beautiful, baby.
That's right.
Beautiful. Gardening is great. TNOG and Growing Out the Box. I have been listening from the bushes. Great live. Thank you, baby. We appreciate you all for being here. Miss Native, good night, TNOG, Growing Out the Box, and chat time for sleepy time. Much love. Many blessings. Thank you, baby. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the super chat.
They have
Um,
jigs. Yeah, I see jigs right there.
what do you say?
No, when you
Was
were asking him what did he have, rabbit eyes? Did he know what rabbit eyes he had? I don't know if he ever responded to it.
Yeah, he probably had left in. Thank you all so much. Oh, there he is. He said, "Never goodbye, but see you later. Y'all be blessed." You too, man. Thank you for being here. Precious, my baby, say, "Great live tonight, Guava and Sebon. Have a beautiful evening, everyone. You too, my love." Thank you, Miss
Yeah.
Linda. Thank you for running out the box. All right, y'all.
And I appreciate you, Miss Linda, again for being patient with me and not
Yeah.
better than being patient. You kind of pushed me out there. It's like, nah. Yeah, you said you was coming up. Come on. So I really do
Yeah,
appreciate that because I like say even just this little time here, I feel a lot more comfortable, and
good.
we're gonna get better. We're definitely gonna
Yes,
get better.
you're definitely going to get better. And we are all looking forward to bingo.
Yes,
Bingo.
that's gonna be a favorite. That's gonna be a
Good.
favorite. Hopefully, we can get a couple of hundred people in here because the bingo game that we have hosting, we can get up to 3,000 people in one game.
Good.
So that's a big task.
Yeah.
If we can
Oh,
pull
yeah.
that
You're going to
off.
need some, you're going to need some moderators
Yeah,
to
yeah.
help
If
you
we
with
can
that.
pull that off, that's going to be amazing. But that's really where I want to go. Lives, I'm not really, that's not really my thing. But I think with the hosting the games and stuff like that, that's going to be something that kind of is a little more appealing to me, to where I can say that people walked away with something.
Yeah.
Just being able to
Yeah.
share some of the blessings that have been coming my way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then, man. I'm gonna send you and I'm gonna get Nikki to, if Nikki is here, OCD is chick, I need you to put in Wind Down Wednesday, Nikki. And then after we put that up, we gonna get up out of here because y'all know it's time to eat. It's time to eat. So
Now, if
I
I
just,
wanted to step down, I'm gonna ask you a question. If I wanted to step down on my own, what do I do?
what do you do?
Yeah. If I wanted to step down, like go down on my own, not you send me down, can I do that?
Well, I guess you can just hit out.
Oh, leave studio.
Yeah, there it is, right there. Red
Oh,
button.
red button. Okay. Good night.
Have a good night, man. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Look at him. He good at it, huh? All right, family. I'm so glad you all enjoyed that. Let me see. Let me see. Can I get to the bottom? Nikki. Oh, there you are. Thank you, baby. She put it up. All right. All right. So join us tomorrow night for Wind Down Wednesday. Hands in the Dirt. Co-host OCD is Chick. Bougie Prepper at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes. Good night. Good night, Veggie Baby. Good night. You all have a good night. I thank everyone for being here. It was amazing. I loved it. I enjoyed it so much. And I hope you did also. Okay. So may the good Lord, hey man, blessing keep you until we meet again. Good night, family. I love you all. Thank y'all for being here. All right. I'm going to eat now, baby. Y'all know it's way past my time. Hey, Texas Lala. Hey, baby. Y'all have a good night. Love y'all. Later, family. Thank you. Thank you, Secret.